Hello and welcome back to another episode of the My Team career mode on my channel. We are today at the Belgium Grand Prix. As you can quickly see, Kimi Raikkonen is going to be retiring from the sport. It's going to be a bit of a sad one seeing Kimi leave, but you know, time goes on. We potentially might be making a transfer soon as well, so it'll be interesting to see who I get and who goes to the Alfa Romeo once Kimi Raikkonen retires. As you can see, I'm just putting some old components in my car for practice. I went and got practice out of the way. I head into Q1 where it is wet. Which isn't great. We have got fresh tyre component, engine components because we started last at Hungary. I managed to just get some fresh ones for today. This is my third lap in Q1. I thought I'd bring you my fastest lap rather than just 3 boring laps. And through the first corner we are 1/10 up, as obviously in the rain it is very hard to control the car, especially as we head up El Rouge. We managed to keep the car within-ish the track limits. I think we did good enough. We're almost 2/10 up on our time as we go down the main straight. Well, the longest straight, it's not the main straight. Our second lap, we actually gained a second on my first time, and then we're 2/10 up on our second time now, so we're actually 1.2 seconds up on our first lap around Spa.
30 seconds left in the session.
Right, as we come down the back straight, we're 8/10 up in the third sector. Can we keep this pace basically? This is probably one of the best laps we would have done. We probably would have, in terms of competitiveness, wouldn't have got as close to the AI. We're second up on our time. Can we complete the second? Yes, we can. Where does that put us? Let's have a look. Charles gets provisional pole by 6/10 nearly. Lewis Hamilton in P3. We qualify P16. So for the first time ever, I think, we make it into Q2. And like I say, it's raining, so that's a really good qualifying session from us. The lap felt good as I was doing it. Right, this is our third lap in Q2. I thought I'd just bring you the end of the lap. We end up beating our time by 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. We move up to P15, which is where we will be starting the race tomorrow. We will be starting the race P15, 1 position ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. That's the best I think we've qualified in this career, so I was quite happy with that. Bottas takes provisional pole away from Charlie Leclerc. Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, Alonso, Ocon, us, and Kimi Raikkonen fall out at Q2. Let's jump into the race, shall we?
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Perez, Vettel, Gasly, Stroll, and Yuki Tsunoda, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, the owner driver, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, George Russell and Carlos Sainz, Giovinazzi, Mazepin, Lundgaard and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Right, strategy wise, I think we're just going to go for the one stop, softs to mediums, and we see 5 red lights, and away we go. We get a great start on Alonso. Ocon also gets a good start on Bottas. We're going to make it 4 wide as we go into the first corner. We actually get up to 8th position before we drop down to 10th. We're going to go down to 11th? We don't. We get a better exit than Tsunoda. And we are now chasing Sebastian Vettel up El Rouge, who is also fighting Esteban Ocon, sorry, I always say Sebastian. We've got Yuki Tsunoda behind us, Lance Stroll behind him in P12. We're going to try and fight this position for the... Well, we're technically in the points, but we've got 22 laps of racing before the checkered flag. We get a good run on Ocon and Vettel there, but they actually park their cars very well going into that chicane. We get a good run again on Ocon. Can we get a good run on Vettel? I think we do get a good run here. It's going to be battle of the last breakers. We brake late, turn on Ocon, but not later than Vettel. Yuki Tsunoda goes around the outside of us. Ocon falls down to 12th position, didn't notice in the race. As Yuki Tsunoda spins, he attacks us up the inside. It was a racing incident. I haven't got a replay of it, but it wasn't that bad. He just spun on the curb, really. We now head into lap 3, and Sebastian Vettel is now 2.5 seconds up the road, which is annoying. We will be hoping for a safety car.
Only one stop to go. 1 stop left in this strategy. Pit window opens in 5 laps' time. 5 laps.
Moves up to 11th. Right, as we move on to lap 4, we've got Lance Stroll very close to us up the inside, coming up after El Rouge. We defend into the inside, going into the chicane. We managed to hold off the Canadian for at least one more lap. Lap 4 now, as you can see Bottas' perspective of that battle. Obviously the Finn gained a lot of time on us then. Lance Stroll does get through, following on from that exact same lap. We're going to try and stay with him and get in the DRS of him going down just after El Rouge. We have to stay with Stroll. We've lost 5 tenths to him through the second sector, which is by far my weakest sector. I'm fairly good at the first and the third sector. I think it's because the car is used to a power track, and obviously that's where the straights are. We managed to gain 2.5 tenths on Stroll here. To stay with him, obviously we have got DRS going down this home straight. We will be able to stay with him for a decent amount of time.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
We'll be able to re-overtake him on the DRS straight. We have to get a good exit out of here. We've got a fairly okay exit. We lost a tenth. He's 5 tenths up on us. Bottas is up 4 tenths down on us. As we go up El Rouge, we almost lose the back end, but we managed to save it. We deploy ERS, we enable DRS, and we are on the hunt for the Canadian, the Aston Martin driver. We go up the inside, we leave a little bit of room, we brake late, and we do a very good move as
nice
we
move.
Overtake Lance Stroll on lap 5. Right, this is lap 6 now. Lance Stroll got past us in the same place, and we're going to try and get past him in the same place as we go around the outside on lap 6 this time. We again managed to make the move stick. Let's see if we can hold on to it this time. Max Verstappen. I think it's Max Verstappen. DNFing from the race. You can see us coming around the final bend. We're ahead of Lance Stroll going into the final bend this time. As you can see, Max on the left hand side. Stroll gets ahead of us going into turn 1. Can we get him back again going up Eau Rouge? Yuka Tsunoda is out of the session now. Wonder what happened to him. Oh, it looks just like an engine failure. I think he's just going to pull to the side. Unfortunately, no safety car for the AlphaTauri driver DNFing, retiring. Lap 7, we're going to go up the inside of Stroll. Bottas also goes up the inside. We're going to try and brake later than Bottas, and we do so. But behind us, Ocon, Bottas, and Stroll are 3 wide. We are going to have a look at a replay of this battle. As you can see, we stay up the inside, but Ocon basically follows us through. Stroll follows us through as well. Bottas loses a lot of time, and they are 3 wide going through the first and second sector. I'm going to stay with this, as they're still 3 wide. We're gaining a lot of time. We've managed to gain 1.4 seconds of time. Obviously they're battling, and we're trying just to drive off if we can. Looks like Bottas has managed to stay ahead of the other 2 cars. But there's a yellow flag behind us. What has happened behind us? It looks like somebody's crashed. Bottas has spun out of control. I'm just waiting to see if there's been anything that's happened after the spin. Looks like Ocon, Alonso, they all get past.
Check your
Safety car
MFD for
has
a
been
new
deployed,
strategy
so
option.
something must have happened. Let's have a look from the perspective of the Haas driver, who's a good 6 cars behind Bottas. He spins and he smashes into Charlie Leclerc. This is the Alfa Romeo, who I think just misses out on it. And yeah, Bottas just smashes into Leclerc. Leclerc is out of the session. I'm not sure who the Haas driver, I don't know if it was Mick or Mazepin. Obviously, Bottas spins, smashes into Leclerc and smashes into the Haas driver as well. Safety car had been deployed. Can't remember if we pit this lap. I think we do pit for mediums on this lap. Leclerc is out of the session. The Haas driver and Bottas are still in the race. We do come into the pits for, I'm guessing, a medium set of tyres. But as I said, Bottas is still in the race. I'm pretty sure he got a 10-second time penalty for that. He serves 5 seconds under safety car.
Christian is in the pits. Christian in the pits.
Race, I don't know if we see, but I think he's on. I think he's got a 5-second time penalty at the end of the race.
Go now.
As we do a 2.1 time.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on
We're
this
the only car
compound.
to go onto mediums, so we will have to protect our tyres for a little bit. We're up to P8 in the race. I'm not quite sure why Ricciardo's now in 7th. Obviously I wasn't really paying attention who was up the road from us. We was more fighting with Bottas, Stroll and Ocon. Safety of the car is in. We are on medium tyres, whereas they're on hard, so we might be able to get a jump on Ricciardo.
Gap to teammate behind is 2.6 seconds.
He's managed to pull away. We've got to get a good exit out of turn 1 to try and keep up with the Aussie. Take El Rouge at full speed, but unfortunately we can't keep up with Ricciardo, and on lap 13 he ends up 7 seconds up the road as Ocon gets past us. Can we fight it back for position? We do try to go on the outside, but we can't do so. We gain a little bit of curb there. Ocon staying within our reach. Are we going to send it up the inside here? No, we don't. We go around the outside. We're going to stay with Ocon, following on from the same lap. Lap 13 still. Giovinazzi is right behind us in our DRS. We're in Ocon's DRS. Are we going to go up the inside of the Frenchman? Yes, we are. We're going to try to defend the corner. We're going to have the inside and DRS for a good exit. And away we go. Great move on Ocon there. We had to brake late. We had to go into the corner deep. but we knew we could rotate around the car, rotate the car around the final corner. Now got a video of, I think this is Kimi Raikkonen as he's going up El Rouge and he just loses it. Or almost smashes into the Aston Martin driver, who was very lucky not to have another big collision there. This is Bottas on his charge back through the pack. Obviously he has got the fastest car, so he is making it look quite easy to get through the pack. As Ocon tries to challenge us, he goes up the inside, space that isn't there. We take the racing line and it looks like we cut him off. It does look like we cut him off. Let me know what you think about that in the comments if you get there, if you get to this part in the video. I think that was just a racing incident. Again, I took the racing line. He had just too much speed and tried to go up the inside. We're going to try and go around the outside of the Aston Martin driver here. I think this is Lance Stroll again. As you can see, it's Lance Stroll and Valtteri Bottas, two racers that we've been racing pretty much all day. As Bottas tries to overtake us, going into the same area where Ocon span out. As you can see, the man on the camera pole there. This is great wheel-to-wheel racing with Valtteri Bottas. Not quite a world champion in F1, but he has won many races in that Mercedes. Again, are we going to switch to the inside? Yes, we are. We're going to brake late. We're going to go up the inside of the fin. And with 6 laps to go, we move back up to P8. Lance Stroll moves to P9. As you can see, Bottas does have his 5-second time penalty. There is a little bit of contact with Bottas there. Sends him slightly wide. It enables Lance Stroll to make the move. Who also made the move on us on the main straight. We're going to go up the inside of Lance Stroll here. We're going to move to the right. Bottas is going to try and go up the inside of us. And we're going to defend it nicely. We're not going to make any contact with Bottas here. We're going to leave him the room. Very, very close wheel-to-wheel racing, but we managed to keep P8. Let's have a look at a little replay of that, because that was good racing between us, the Mercedes and the Aston Martin drivers. Contact made from Bottas on us then. He just hit us as he went up the inside, but we managed to defend him. Ricciardo's now 20 seconds up the road from us as Lance Stroll again gets past us, and we're going to again use DRS to try and re-overtake the Canadian driver. Bottas has it on us, Mazepin has it on Bottas, but again we come out on top. So far, can we defend going around the chicane? We do our best. We come off the road a little bit, but we have to give Stroll the room.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Right, we're going to go around the outside of Lance Stroll at this turn here. Can we manage to hold on to the position? Yes, we can hold on to the position to the Aston Martin driver. Our medium tyres aren't going to be as fresh as the hard tyres now. Obviously, they've definitely warmed up for the AI. But Bottas and Stroll get past us going down into... Oh, this is lap 22. Didn't realise we'd jumped straight to lap 22. Mazepin also gets past Stroll and Bottas. Our tyres, like I say, will be wearing off now. The hard tyres will be fresher. As you can see, Mazepin just follows me through and takes the inside lane over Bottas and Stroll. I think Bottas will try to fight that back. He doesn't. Mazepin manages to get through into P9. Obviously, he does have that 5-second time penalty, so unfortunately for him, he's probably going to finish outside the points here, Valtteri Bottas, after a very good race from the Finn. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton coming across the line as the race winner. As you can see, Bottas is trying to make a move on us. It's not going to do much because of the 5-second time penalty. We managed to defend it. Mazepin goes around the outside of Bottas as well and manages to hold on to his position. as we come across the line in P8.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
4 points secured? I think it's 4. It's either 3 or 4. Good race.
What a great race then, and what a magnificent victory here at the Belgium Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
Nikita Mazepin gets my vote today.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.